Today, we're going to talk about loving yourself. Not later, now.
We all have a satisfaction associated with doing something that somebody finds useful.
Self-love, what is that even? Well, it has all kinds of meanings, and sometimes we define self-love as taking care of ourselves, like physically eating the things we need to, and taking care of our bodies, exercising, and that sort of thing. And that's true. That is self-love. Why is it important? Why does it matter whether or not you love yourself? What difference does it make? Well, let's figure it out. If you had a friend and there was someone else, a third person over there that was saying awful things about your friend, would you just sit there and allow that to happen, or would you say something or do something? Perhaps even do something really strongly. What would you do? And why would you do it? So if you have a good friend and someone was unjustly attacking them, you jump to their defense. Verbally, physically, if necessary. You're just not going to let that friend be assaulted that way. And you wouldn't do it later. You wouldn't go later and say, wow, that was really bad. Yeah, I probably should have said something, but... And your friend's like, oh, why didn't you? Right? That's probably not what you'd do. But when it comes to ourselves, we do that all the time. So how do you love yourself? Well, let's just take a simple definition. What if you began by treating yourself like you would a good friend? What if you began by treating yourself like someone you loved? Your SO or a friend or a sibling that you have a great relationship with. Like you wouldn't allow these, negative things, negative people, situations, you would rush to their aid. And so while loving yourself is a great topic, we can think about it and we say, well, that's a good idea. We should do that sometime. We don't actually do much of it. So here's a challenge for you. I'm going to ask you to think about something. Ask yourself this question. Do you love you? Can you walk up in the mirror and look yourself in the eye and say, I love you, and mean it? Can you do that? I don't know. But I have had plenty of clients and people that I've talked to that can't. When it comes right down to it, that's too hard. They can't really do it. Or if they do, it's like they look away, or they're and maybe anything. Well, I like you, and they'll change the word and all kinds of stuff. No. Look in the mirror and say, I love you, and see how that feels. So why does this even matter? Well, here's the thing. If you don't love yourself, you can't thoroughly love others. You can pretend, and you can pretend it by busying yourself taking care of what you perceive to be their needs, serving them and doing stuff for them. Your ability to take care of, love, and be there for others is directly proportional to how much you love yourself. That may be a hard thought to get your mind around, but it's true. So the basis of love is to love yourself and to show it. So here's the question. Do you love yourself? And if you say yes, or if you get to the place where you say, I think so, the second part of that question is, okay, what is it about your behavior that proves that that's true? What do you do on a daily basis that proves that you love yourself? Now, if you think about someone else, maybe you're in a place where you have kids, or you've had kids, or you've taken care of kids that you are close to you. Someone says, do you love your kids? And you say, well, of course I do. Okay, how do you show that? How do you prove that? Well, I take care of them, I feed them, I comfort them when they're sad. I'm a listening ear. I'll give them counsel and help. I'm there when things fall apart or their friendships go south, or I'm there for them. I help them with homework or with projects, or we spend time together. You can list ways that show that you love them. And if you can't list any of those ways, it starts to feel weird, right? Well, I love them. Of course I do. Well, I tell them all the time. Well, I don't know. We never... and if it gets there, it starts to feel weird, right? So do the same with yourself. What things do you do? What words do you say that prove that you love yourself? Okay, now let's take that exercise one step further. That isn't an exercise that you do once. It has to be every day, because of course if you love a kid for a day but you don't love your kid the next day or the next year, that doesn't work, or a significant other or anything. So the time to start with your self-love, the time to develop it, the time to test it, the time to demonstrate it is now. Now, if you want to have an impact on those around you, if you want to change things yourself, this channel is Daily Transformation for the Bold. A bold step you can take right now to transform yourself is to learn to love yourself truly and deeply, and to be able to list things that you do that demonstrate that. I'm not talking indulgences. I buy whatever I want. I do whatever I want. That's not what I mean. Loving someone means taking care of them in their best interest. So a little kid screams for ice cream, and someone that just gave them all they wanted all the time, we'd say they're being careless and reckless. So it is with some of our wants. I don't know about you, but I've certainly had time when if I did everything I wanted to do, that would have been harmful to me, to others around me, and so forth. So just doing or having everything you want has nothing to do with love. Love is actually placing the well-being, welfare, and real development as a high priority. So ask yourself that question. Do I love me? What is there about my behavior that demonstrates true caring and love? When was the last time those things happened? A week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago? This is not an invitation to be selfish. This is not an invitation not to care about others. This is an invitation to start now with a healthy, deep self-love, which acknowledges your worth, which acknowledges your true capabilities, and realizes that you are a being with divine gifts and talents, and the best and most powerful way you can share those with others and do something good is by loving yourself first, behaving in a way that demonstrates that love, growing it so that you have an abundance to share with others. So, do you keep yourself healthy and fit? Do you eat well? Do you exercise your body? Do you take care of the engine and the house that holds you so that you're in good shape and you're able to do the things you want to do, and be active with those you want to serve and to help? Do you do those things? Do you take care of your mind? Intellectually, do you grow? Do you make sure that you take care of your emotions? Do you stuff your emotions? Do you hide them? Do you do things that are harmful? Have you taken care of traumas or difficulties that you have had? For me, that was a big deal. I suffered from depression for a long time, didn't know it, didn't take care of it, didn't. And as a result, people around me were hurt because I didn't take care of me. I didn't know. And sometimes even if you do, or even if I had, I wonder, would I've had the courage to say, wow, I'm busted. I need to do something here. Or would it have been an embarrassing thing because it was depression, not a broken arm, right? Do you do the things that demonstrate love for yourself? So the purpose of this light rope daily transformation video is to tell you, encourage you, love yourself now. Take the time, create the actions necessary so that you are at peak performance. Your basket is full, your well is not dry, so that as you live your life and love and care for those around you, you are full, you are able, and you are fully prepared to do that the best way possible. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching the videos. Take this opportunity, leave a comment, subscribe most of all, and don't forget to spread the word about this channel.